This is the word to go, yo.
Well, hello, ladies, gentlemen. Welcome to GAWTV. That's right. It's a hashtag, y'all. Grown ass women television. You just type in those three little initials there and TV behind it because that's what we're on. Your television. Yeah, I'm so excited to see you guys today. I'm so excited to see all of our people here in the chat room. Hello below. As you know, we're always live in the chat while the show is premiering and airing. So make sure you hit that like button real quick while you're here. Yep. You know, subscribe to the channel so you never miss an episode ever, because why would you want to? And
why?
Ladies, hit that bell icon. Like feeling it sometimes. That's all. That's all I got for you today.
Good night, folks. Good night.
And that's our show. Goodbye.
Yeah, and see you later.
Yes. And I just want to do a big shout out to our top tier Patreons. Actually, all of our Patreon members. You guys are all special, but the top tier members get a gift every month. Every month. Last gift was WrestleMania Cup. Yes. How beautiful is this?
They're gorgeous.
It is gorgeous. I do love it. I love it's gorgeous. And next month, I am going to give you guys my all-star pint.
Yeah.
Signed.
That's so cool.
Signed right there. Right there.
Oh, you're going to sign it too, Lisa. Hey.
Oh, yes.
Bonus.
Top tier Patreons, you know, hey, VIP, man.
Yep.
VIP. So join now. It's for this month.
Yeah.
Don't
this
miss out.
month only.
This month only. That's so nice of you, Lisa.
Yeah, that's very cool, sis.
Patreon perk just yours, because we've done some different things. Shout outs, WrestleMania Cup. But that's a collector's item. That's a very
It is.
Yeah, thank you.
It is.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys.
Well, speaking of generous, I mean, we are quite magnanimous and we are quite generous here on GAWTV, meaning we know that you like watching us visually, but
For sure.
we're going to give you another option to just listen audio only to the GAWcast.
That's right.
The way the graphic's going to go. The GAWcast, where you can listen, you know, on your commute, in the gym. The podcast version is, of course, our full juicy version. Yes, Lisa she's demonstrating what you could potentially look like while you're listening.
Oh, they're hilarious. They are hilarious. It's unedited. It's unedited.
Entertaining and unedited, unfiltered, juicy. And of course, if you want to rep the merch of GAWTV, like my GAWTV pillow, and like Mickie James has it too. Sorry, Miss Sasha.
Wake up, Mickie, wake
up.
Sorry.
So sorry. It was just so comfortable.
It's just so comfortable. So worth the bucks. And what's great about now having the store right underneath us is you can just, as you're watching the show, you can see what merch is available: t-shirts, fanny packs, a lot of great things in our official GAWTV store. So it's one thing to watch the show. It's quite another to represent it. It's a conversation piece. You might see people that go, oh, I know GAWTV, and they sure better.
Yeah.
And somebody who we're very happy to welcome to GAWTV is our guest for the evening. Now, we know her from the Impact Wrestling, let's be honest, TNA days as Winter. She's had an illustrious career in professional wrestling. Our gal pal, let's welcome Katerina Waters to the show.
Yay.
Woo! Yay! Round of applause.
I think we all have a crush on Kat. Hello.
Yeah, your hair is fabulous.
Hello, Kat.
Hi, how are you?
So good. I'm so happy to see you. Cheers, my dear.
Yes, you look as beautiful as ever.
Cheers.
Oh my gosh.
Good vibes.
Yes, good vibes only.
Good vibes.
Well, that's so funny. I'm so happy to see your face. I love you so much. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Yes, I know. Well, we always ask who you're drinking, what you're wearing as our, icebreaker, if you will.
Yeah.
I saw your good vibes cup. So
Yes.
what you vibing on, sis?
Well, I'm drinking coffee because I'm a caffeine fiend.
Mm-hmm.
And also, some of you might know I don't drink anymore. And it occurred to me that it was around this time, and I'm very sad that I didn't think to remember the actual day. But it's been exactly 10 years that I quit drinking. So.
Wow. Good
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Congratulations.
Yay.
Celebration.
Wow.
Yeah, so I have coffee in my good vibes mug.
Awesome.
What you wearing? What you wearing?
Cheers to that, but
I'm
that's
wearing
very
a
inappropriate.
t-shirt with a dead cowboy in it.
Uh-huh.
And it's sort of, should we say, on topic with the short film that I just made, or I'm still finishing making, which is not a neo-Western per se, but there's a poker game and there's a man with a cowboy hat. So it kind of, and it's called Dead Man's Hand, which is sort of Westerny. So
right on.
Oh,
We'll be watching. We'll be watching. I'm so proud of you with your
I
acting
am so
career.
proud of you. Yeah.
I love to
your
see
writing
people
and
after, even whether it's during or after wrestling, put their hands in other projects. You've been, everything I've ever heard after you left Impact Wrestling, you've just been killing it in Hollywood and fueling your passion. We love to hear that. We'd love to hear that you're doing so well. And how are you? Well, we'll get to that moment. Your LA trip. I want to hear about your new area that you live in, because I just said to you in an email how weird that I live now in England.
Right.
We've swapped. I don't know what happened.
Yes.
Yeah, but we're going to continue quickly with the who are you wearing? What are you drinking? I'll go just quickly, then we'll go to Mickie and Lisa. I have a little bit of Prosecco with what I was told on Instagram is a very 1980s thing to do, which is to freeze grapes.
Uh-huh.
It is?
I grew up doing that. I don't know. They said, yeah, it's such an 80s trend. I was like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, you can freeze the little berries and pop them in there like ice cubes.
Yeah.
And it infuses it with the flavor.
How they put a date on that?
I don't know. That's just a way to make us feel old, I suppose. This is fresh net Prosecco, just a baby one, because I have to film some stuff later, so I can't be too chinly because no one enjoys that.
Yes.
And I will say
I
that
do.
I'm just wearing a little Merlot colored robe from my friends at Mad Rag. I love them in Orlando store. And I just said to Lisa when I put this on when we started, this is my nod to Beverly Hills diamond hair clip glamour.
Oh,
That's my choice.
Very
I see
housewives. Very
Very
housewives.
yeah.
Which I
Yeah.
love.
Oh, it's so cute.
I'll go
I'm just-
next. Oh, you
Okay,
go,
you
you
go.
go, Mickie,
You
no,
go.
please.
No, you.
No,
me,
no.
me, her, me, her, her, me, me, her.
It's a Roxbury reference.
I'll
I'm
go.
getting a copyright to talk
Ooh,
about.
I love that shirt.
Yes.
I love
okay.
it too.
It's
So,
very pride.
It
Yeah.
is. This was the t-shirt. This was the shirt that I
You
bought
ordered.
and I ordered and it didn't arrive in time. And so I wore it anyway, you know,
Well,
because it's so,
Pride is all year round, really.
Yes, well said, girl.
Yes.
Well said.
yes. And actually, Kat, I did know that you didn't drink.
Yes.
So I brought also up a bottle of
Oh.
Fiji water,
Oh,
you know,
healthy.
and I really like the Fiji. I'm really fond of it. I feel like I should be from there. Their natural artesian water is like the perfect way to wet my whistle. But then I also had opened up this bottle of red wine, Arlington.
What is
Vin-
it?
It's Red Fox blend. I don't know. I think I got it in Kroger on sale, but I opened it last night with dinner. So I thought I poured a glass, but I also have, a trillion things to do today. So I thought I would just
it's a good balance,
that.
girl. It's
Yes, a good balance.
balancing out my life. is what I'm doing.
Dehydrate and hydrate.
And I'll tell you, for those watching,
Good for your
talk
heart.
about someone
Yeah.
that's good at balance. We always talk about mom. Just to put Mickie over for a second. Talk about momming
Yeah.
so hard, jobbing so hard, going so hard. You're all about
Going
balance,
so-
Mickie. It's something to be commended. So cheers to that.
Cheers.
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 Yes,
I love
I
it.
am going to go next. I am partaking in, I also have water on the side and I have champagne in our Dresselmania cup. And we would like Katerina to donate a dress for next year's charity.
Please.
We want you to be
Aw.
part of it.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
I would love to. Does it?
And I-
Yes. Does it have to be something like that I wore to something spectacular? Because it's not a lot of
No,
Anything.
no,
anything.
Anything. any dress. Because,
dress.
we probably don't have a lot of our stuff anyways, right? It's all
I don't
gone
have a
and
lot of
donated and
dresses.
stuff like that.
Take it,
I don't wear
take it,
dresses
take it.
either.
Yeah. Well, we always say to people, it doesn't matter. Like people have donated lingerie, t-shirts, 8x10s, whatever it is. I was going to make the joke that it has to be very, very worn, but I don't want to like piss people off because if that's your jam and you want to buy that's not the point of Dresselmania, but hey, to each their own,
Exactly.
Mazel
And
tov.
I just have a little bit of champagne in there, just a little sliver, because I also have a lot of stuff to do today. And I am wearing my Farrah Fawcett.
Ooh.
Remember that poster?
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
And my pajama bottoms and
There
little
you go.
socks.
I
That's it. That's
Little
it. Very
sockies.
simple today. Very simple today. Yes.
love Farrah Fawcett. I'm trying
So
to
do
be
I.
her right now with my wind machine. It's not because I'm hot. It's because I'm trying to be in like a Tawny Katane 1980s video with, the Farrah Fawcett look.
And I like how your bangs are going like this.
I know, and that's why I almost now that you've all seen it, like this is just what you're gonna get from today's show. I can't help it.
It's lovely.
Juicy, juicy.
Well,
And
because
it's
it's in
highlighted.
England and they don't have air conditioning there.
Yeah, remember that,
Yeah.
Kat?
Yes,
Yeah,
very much so.
that's not fun. No.
Not fun. Not fun. I'm in San Diego and I don't have air conditioning either. So
Mm.
Well, I don't have central air. I just have like a wall unit. So
Yeah,
it's
me-
off for now, so it doesn't make a whole lot of noise.
Oh,
But it's not
Click,
too,
click,
it's not too
click,
bad
click.
today.
oh
Yeah.
my goodness. So what's going on? You moved to LA?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, you're acting and you have so many projects coming up. We're so excited to hear about this.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, I guess the one that's sort of that I'm mainly occupied with at the moment is, as I said, my Dead Man's Hand short film, which I shot a couple of months ago. We shot for one day. And so I'm busy editing it. And then we're about to move into getting the sound mix done. And then I'm going to get another editor to help me like choose it up
right.
and make it look, as
Yeah,
best
so
that it
it's-
can be. And then the idea is to put it in film festivals. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
God, that'd be amazing. You're doing so much more than just acting. I mean, were you directing that film? Because you write. I know you've been working on your writing
Yeah,
and
so-
all
yes,
kinds
I'm
of
not
stuff
in
now.
that. I'm not in that film at all.
Right.
Wow.
I initially wrote it for me. So it's you guys probably know Christian Cole, who was a manager for Paragon Pro, and he was ring announcing for New Japan for a while, and for
Okay,
Rest of
yep.
Gorilla. So he's a friend of mine, and we were talking about just doing something for our reel. And so I wrote this for us to do, just sort of on the side as like a little side project. And then sort of, the pandemic happened, all those things, and it just kind of got put to the side. And then after the pandemic, I'd made a concept trailer for something else, for a feature film. And then I thought about what else can I make? And I thought about this short film, and I thought it would actually be cooler if I just directed it, because I really want to show that I can direct. And so I did an Indiegogo campaign at the beginning of the year, and I raised a few $1,000s, and then that helped to get the location and the crew and pay the actors and everything like that. So Christian's still in it, and then an amazing actress called Mina Santos, who plays the lead girl. And yeah, so it's
That's amazing.
You're grown up. What happened?
So grown up.
Oh, that's amazing.
You're what we would call a Jill of all trades. It's one thing to go, okay, I'm going to be an actress or I'm going to be an editor. Like you seem to be really doing it all. I would say that's a grown ass woman if I've ever seen one in my life. And that sounds like you're. Yeah. Do you enjoy one aspect more than the other? Like, is editing really your thing, or do you prefer to be on camera? Like, what's kind of your biggest passion in that realm?
I would say writing, directing. But I really I don't know, I was thinking about that, like, where do I categorize myself? And I would just say I really enjoy telling stories. So in whatever, capacity it could be in, I just want to get like my story out there, my vision out there. And there might be somewhere, for example, this one, like I wrote it and then I can see it in my head, so I want to make it. But then there's another script that I started writing that I'm really not necessarily interested in directing. So maybe if it was good enough, like I'll be able to sell it. And then there's other scripts that I've written where I'm like, there's no way I want to give it to somebody else because I have such a strong visual image of what it's going to look like.
Right.
So,
And are you with an agency, Kat? Are you with an agency?
I'm with an agency for acting, but I'm looking for like a literary agent and manager. So I'm just kind of getting like my little package together, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Be able to present, the short film and present my concept trailer and then say, okay, here's a couple of scripts that I've written. And just have like a little all-around package and
Right.
get to the next.
Oh my
step.
God.
Well, it was really risky, because you think like to take that after wrestling, or even you'd moved there during Impact, right, to LA. But I think
Yes,
to kind of dive feet first, because you kind of walked away from wrestling a bit and dove feet first into all of that from taking more writing classes. I know I did I forget what you call it, but where I was pregnant at the time, you guys, and we did the red carpet for it and everything, but like the stage.
Oh, yes. Scavengers in the
one
morning where you play one of the characters, right?
I know. I really
And
wanted
you were
that to be
amazing,
picked
right?
up.
So in
Oh,
case you guys don't know, I wrote a script and I put on a staged reading here
Yeah.
in LA, and Mickie came out and played one of the characters and performed it for like a viewing audience, which
Oh,
was
wow.
like amazing.
It
Do
was
we have any
so
clips
cool.
of that? Do we have any clips of that, Mickie?
No, there's pictures from it. There is pictures from the red carpet, right? From the event and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
But it was so fun. But then to see her in this, because we are artists at the end of the day, I think in wrestling, we're all creating and painting out there. But then to see you take those same things, but then to visualize and bring this whole thing together. And I know you've worked on several projects since then. I'd wish that one got picked up. And I know you had some other ones recently that you were working on too. So it's just really cool. And I love to see you winning. That's all. Because
Yeah.
it took a lot to go out there and do it, because it's LA's expensive and you're starting fresh all over again in a different world. You don't
Yeah.
have so it's almost like you're starting all over the way you did in wrestling. It's crazy.
I mean, for me, it's like in a way, because obviously in wrestling, it's kind of the thing that I was, successful at first, that people
Mhm.
think, I did that. And then I went into, film or theater. But in fact, like I did film and theater first, and then I got into wrestling. And then
Mhm.
that just happened to be the thing that sort of took off, and that brought me
Yep.
here and everything like that. So I went to university for film and drama. And
Uh-huh.
I was, and as a child, when I was a kid, I was at the local theater, working in the children's chorus at the theater. So
Mhm.
I got to be in musicals. I was like a little boy in Oliver Twist, and did like a few things like
Ooh.
that. And when I was a kid, also, I used to write a lot of stories. I had a typewriter, and I taught
Mhm.
myself how to blind type when I was little, and wrote poems and stories, and they got published in the children's page in our local newspaper. So it was like, for me, it was like that actually always came first. And then wrestling
Right.
was something that I just thought was really cool. And
And
then when I
excelled
found
at.
out that you could go to a school and learn how to do it, I was like, wow, let me try that.
Right.
So that was kind of that path. So in a way, this is more like I'm finally sort of fulfilling what I always wanted to do.
Right.
Hear that.
Right.
And what school did you go to, Kat? What school, like wrestling school, was your first school?
My first school was Hammerlock, UK. So it was, they were actually affiliated with the NWA at the time. They were like the UK branch.
Yeah.
So this was like in late 1999, I started there.
Mhm.
And I was with them for like a couple of years. And then I went to FWA, which was the Frontier Wrestling Alliance. And I was there for, until I came here, basically.
Mhm.
Wow, man. In LA too, I find it, I used to live in Los Angeles. It's a very lonely town, you guys. It's really hard to make friends there. That's when I was living with Tori, and I went to college out there, but it's really hard to find friends there, because if you're not in the acting gig, everybody's just hustle and in their own zone. Right, Kat?
I mean, I guess so. For me, it's obviously because I am doing like acting and stuff like that. So I meet a lot of people through that.
Okay.
And then, and also for me personally, I'm a bit of a loner, and I'm a bit of a hermit. So I don't need like a large circle of friends. So I have a few close friends that have sort of just crystallized out over time, that are really important to me, and that I see and hang out with and talk to. And so it's not like, I'm not like seeking a big friend circle or something like that. Just
Right.
Yeah.
spend a lot of
It's
time at home with my
interesting
cats.
you're getting into the acting and stuff, because for me, like what I always say on this show, and I'm very honest, I'm like, with all due respect to the athleticism, I always loved the kind of theater aspect of
Right.
wrestling. So in a
Yeah.
weird way, like, is that sort of what drew you a little bit to the wrestling world? Because it sort of fueled your other passions of like you, because you keep talking about storytelling. That is really
Yeah.
what wrestling comes down to as well. So was that kind of an easier transition, because it wasn't just, you could have gotten into boxing or MMA where it's no story, it's just athletes.
Yeah.
But with wrestling, that must have been a little more comfortable for you, I'm assuming.
Right. Yes. And it's interesting that you say that, because I never considered myself an athlete. Like even to this day, like if people would be saying, oh, you're a professional athlete, I wouldn't think of myself as that. I would think of myself as a performer, even though what we do is intensely, athletic and dangerous and all of those things.
Yeah.
So, but actually when I first was aware of wrestling when I was little, because I grew up in a small town in Germany, and I didn't know one other single person who watched wrestling, who liked wrestling, who really even knew about wrestling particularly. It was like, I just happened to see something in a magazine about Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior. And then I sort of saw some glimpses on TV, and I went into school and I told one of my friends, and I said, I was watching that, but I was fascinated with the characters and this larger than life. I thought, like, I'd never seen people like that. I was like, these can't be real. They look like real life action figures. Like, they look like they're made of plastic. You don't understand what this is. And so I told one of my friends about it. I was like, oh my God, I'm so fascinated, but it's like, oh, it's so brutal. And like, I was having a hard time watching it because I found it so violent. And he goes, well, you know, it's all a show, right? They're not really fighting. They're just pretending. And to me, that was the greatest thing I ever heard. Like, I know a lot of people, when they find out, they're disappointed, but for me, it was the opposite. I was like, wow, no
That's
way.
so refreshing though. I love that. Yeah.
So, and that's when I really became really fascinated with it, just because it had that, you know, that like between like, the play fighting and the acting and these characters. And it was just like unlike anything else that I'd ever seen or heard about. So that's when I really got into it.
I like that.
Wow. Love
I was
you.
kind of, the same though. It was like all the characters and the storytelling that really, like, that's what fascinated me to wrestling, I think too. It wasn't the wrestling part of it. It was the characters. But once you fell in love with it, and once you do that, then that becomes part of the storytelling, right? It becomes part of the art and the picture that you're painting.
Yeah. And that's when you kind of go, when you're training, you see somebody do something cool, like, oh, I want to do that. I want to do that. Or you learn how to put sequences together that are exciting and fresh. And you know, and that aspect becomes like important as well. But again, it's like choreography too. It's like, you know, and dance would be the same kind of thing to where, and my mom was a dancer. So I kind of have that.
Right.
Oh, nice.
Really?
So you were in Germany. So you speak German. How many languages do you speak? You're fluent in German and English, obviously.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I learned French at school when I was young. So I was like able to have snippets of conversations, but I wouldn't say now that I'm proficient in it.
Fluent. Yes.
Yeah.
Fluent.
And I noticed you came across my social media that you just started an OnlyFans.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, how's that going?
How's that going? OnlyFans here, by the way, Kat. So we're excited to talk about this because I have an OnlyFans. We have brand armies and all that sort of stuff. I just love the whole control your own narrative, be your own brand. So I was thrilled to hear that you had an OnlyFans now. So yay for that.
Yeah. No, I love it. And, you know, and I've been thinking about it for a while. And obviously there's something that you do for like extra money and stuff like that. But then once I got into it, it was like, I had no idea that I was going to enjoy it so much. And that I was going to feel like so, and it's a cliche, but kind of like what you were saying, it's like being empowered to, I can post like absolutely anything I want, or not, well, I have to post something. I can post anything I want. Like there's nobody telling me, you know, what to do. And then I can pick whatever pictures I like. I could edit them or not edit them. You know, and I can, and then also, one of the things that's really enjoyable is interacting with the subscribers because they message me. They send me the nicest messages.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you guys are all so sweet. Like I'm just enjoying the whole thing. And then also, you know, once I started doing that, I was like, you know, you start having ideas of like other creative shoots that you could do. I have like a long list of different themes or different cosplay ideas or, you know, characters that I want to shoot. You know, and my subscribers have sent me messages as well with, you know, suggestions for things like add to the list. So it's like, it's just kind of, it's another creative outlet. And it's really exciting.
Yeah. And it's like,
they really love those feet. They really love those feet.
And the feet, but that honestly, like we're kidding, but that's kind of the connotation. And I try to explain, like, I think I've maybe had to block like one person in the last like 7 years. Like it doesn't happen. I think if somebody's paying money to speak with you and whatever, everyone, at least to me, and you were saying the same thing, everyone's respectful, everyone's happy to be there. And I love that sort of creative collaboration to go like, hey, I've always wanted to try this shoot. Like, what would you guys prefer? Like, do you like to like cosplay? And, you know, it doesn't have to be this sort of seedy idea that everyone thinks that it is. For me, it's a lot of, like you said, I control everything. I can put the pictures out that I want to put out. And it's funny because I just recently did a poll. I love when you can poll and kind of get people's opinions about what they prefer. And I honestly was thinking, gosh, I should do more like professional shoots and all this. They love like a candid, you know, they love more when it's just you and it's you being real. And I posted some funny things like no makeup today, haha. And you know, video update, here's a terrible travel day. And I vent. that kind of stuff, I think, kind of humanizes a lot of, especially the big celebrities like you guys that are put on this pedestal of like, they know that character and that's it. But when you get to see behind the scenes, that seems to really work well. And I think that speaks volumes to what people really want. They don't want to always see you in this glossy way. It's sort of a, it's a humanizing thing. It's humbling, I think.
Right. Yeah. Because otherwise they could just buy a magazine. There's plenty of beautiful pictures of, lingerie pictures on the internet or whatever. So it's just kind of like also having that interaction, be able to like relate to somebody, know. I think that's really
What is your OnlyFans address?
It's onlyfans.com/Katarina's_infamy.
Yes. And luckily for all of you watching, and if you're listening to the podcast, go to our YouTube, because you will see in the description below, we're going to post all of the links to not only Kat's acting and fabulous Hollywood projects, but also to OnlyFans. So you guys can get a glimpse of Kat that you probably haven't seen before, which is very exciting.
Indeed.
Very.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah. Very
Well, Mickie and Lisa, you guys now have Brand Army. What have you guys been enjoying about it? Are you finding people are very lovely and it's kind of a nice little outlet for you guys?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't promoted my brand now that you say that. So, hey, I have a Brand Army.
In the description.
In the description.
But yeah, the fans are really nice. They're always polite and respectful, right? Like I do more throwbacks and stuff like that, but I go, ever since the beginning of time, we've always had fan clubs and stuff. Yeah. So it's just really cool to be able to provide a space for our fans to have those conversations with us, to do the AMAs or the Q&As and all those things, watch alongs and stuff like that. So yeah.
I enjoy mine. I love getting the DMs, and then people, you can DM us and we respond on our VIP, my VIP membership. And, I don't get to the DMs on my Twitter, my Instagram and all that kind of stuff.
Too much,
I do, it's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah. And, I do get a lot of foot requests.
Well, hey,
I think you know what? I would lose subscribers if they saw my feet right now. I haven't had a pedicure in a long time, but
hey, there's people like what they like, Lisa. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. Oh my God, no, you guys. I sent the picture of my hands to you guys. You guys got manicures and your nails done. And I was like,
I did not. I was showing you my hand on how bad my nails were.
Oh, they look great to me.
No, they're like so grown out. I sent a picture to Tommy because I did this backstage interview. I was with Gia, and I went to go put my hair behind my ear like this, and my whole hand blocked my face.
Oh no, the hand.
I was like, I screenshotted it and sent to Dreamer. I said, "Look,
oh my gosh."
Anyway,
mine is mostly
Sidebar.
I think for my Brand Army, I show like what I do at home. Like steam, keep clean, like this. I'm inviting you. You are in my home, and I am like, I go downstairs. Hey, this is where I go to do my laundry. I think it's fascinating that people, it does too much humanize me. I think a little too much, but I want them to know what I go through every day and the stuff I have to do. You know what I mean? I want them to see that we're just the same as them. I
might subscribe, Lisa. I'm curious.
Are you? I'll send you some videos.
Well, hey.
You don't have to pay for it. You don't have. I'll give you the brother discount.
Discount. Yeah, but everyone talks about that nowadays, about how like it's just so nice that they can, there's not a big company telling them what to do, how to look. It's just, it's you being you. And I think for a character, it doesn't always make sense. Like for your character, especially Kat, it wouldn't have made sense for you to maybe talk about certain things, or Lisa, when she was a heel, she couldn't come on as like her sweet self and be washing the dogs and being hilarious like we love Lisa to be. But now it's like it's Lisa's Brand Army. It's not a Victoria or a Tara Brand Army. Very different.
Freedom.
Appreciate that. As William Wallace once said, Mel Gibson, freedom.
Yeah.
Little film reference. That one's for you, Kat. Little film reference.
Oh my God.
Well, Miss Kat, any final words for your adoring fans? There are so many fans that love you and that are watching and have loved to see you here on GAWTV. So any final words for the audience here tonight?
I guess just thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. It really does mean a lot. And again, on OnlyFans, etc. I love interacting. And thank you to you guys for having me.
Aw.
We love you. What's
We
that
love
handle
you.
so they can go follow you if they're not following you right now?
On Instagram and Twitter, it's at Katarina's Infamy.
Beautiful.
Fabulous.
Yay.
Cheers to that.
Yeah.
We love a little
love
knockouts
you.
OG reunion. So cheers to that. Thank you guys.
Cheers,
for
babe.
tuning in. Again, links in description to follow all of the updates for Kat. Cheers, my gorgeous. Thank you for being here.
Love
Love you.
Meow.
Yeah.
This is the word to go, yo.